Namaskar. Welcome to Dr. Rao's Temple of Learning. This is your YouTube channel, Spiritual Management Course. Today we are discussing the concluding and third part of the discourse Mutual Understanding and Respect Between Science and Religion is a Must. Yes, this is Dr. A.P. Rao, Vice President, Telecom Division, HPLI Private Limited, MIDC Ranjangaon, Pune, Maharashtra. To state the summary of the earlier part, we have seen that the property of our interaction is most important, and there may be a lot many characteristics or characteristic features lying with the light yet not discovered by our present day science. We have talked about the search for ultimate truth. There would be no discontinuity among science, philosophy, and religion. The aim of science and religion is to find the truth, and spiritual management approach is a combination of religion, philosophy, and science to know the ultimate nature of matter and energy. At present, we may see that science is coming near to the religion through its discoveries and analysis. This is what we have discussed in the part 2, and now for the concluding part. Now, it is understood that the religion contains scientific explanation of things, but in its own and different manner. The idea of quantum field may be compared with religion's individualized consciousness field, where both are invisible but real and effective. The demarcation between physics and metaphysics has been destroyed by the quantum sciences. The famous scientist Heisenberg, the founder of new quantum physics, once said that the mathematically formulated laws of quantum theory shows clearly that our ordinary intuitive concepts used in old physics cannot be unambiguously applied to the smallest particles. And it is becoming true. The criteria that what can be perceived and experimented is only real has vanished now. Experiencing a quanta is now recognized by suppressing only physical experiment in the Royal Court of Science long back. We have built a quantum device that has the ability to transmit single photon while blocking multiple photons. What does it mean? According to the Journal of Scientific American, a researcher Anil Ananthaswamy investigated that the naked eyes of human observers could potentially produce evidence that something is going on beyond standard quantum mechanics. It's a great discovery. This new understanding of the unexpected scale, accuracy, and precision of human vision, its capacity to directly assess light at the level of single photon, is being accepted in the field of science that includes biophysics, psychophysics, as well as pure physics. It is to be noted that there are a number of queries unanswered in science as well as in religion. Of course, the way of explanations of East and the West, that is religion and the science, are entirely different. We can observe that with advancement in new science, the two appears to be coming closer to each other. The spiritual management says whatever is there is the creation of God, and cannot be useless. Similarly, the nature has a systematic movement and nothing happens aimlessly in nature. Very recently, the scientists Dr. Kathleen Cornell and Dr. Sarah Keller of University of Washington have determined the building block called protocell, which is a precursor of all life forms. This protocell is a trinity having a combination of RNA, protein, and a membrane. And the RNA, that is ribonucleic acid, is known to be responsible for coding, decoding, regulation, and expression of genes. The genes, these are like the words. May we recall the concept of Trinity gods in Hinduism, where we speak about the three gods in one. God Brahma is said to be the creator of the universe. The god Vishnu is known to be the preserver of the universe, and God Shiva, the destroyer of the universe in future. Are we not talking about the same combination with respect to the protocell? It is to be understood that any development of nature is very systematic. Before the life on the earth, after its creation, there were the single-celled organisms, amoeba, who lived on the earth for producing oxygen for about 200 billion years. These bacteria were the part of some scheme of the nature. They were not known what for their life is, but now we know that only after their work the oxygen breathing life could start on the earth. Similarly, apples were falling down to earth even before investigation of gravitational law. Action and reaction was equal and opposite even before Newton's law came into the existence. The fact is, we knew all such information earlier, but through the term religion only. The religion simply means to understand the very unbroken and universal laws which never fails. These are known to be inherent and immutable. This is a picture showing two men 4600 miles apart sending message to each other using just their minds. Recently, telepathy is known to be the subject of interest at universities in and around the world, where scientists have already been able to use advanced sensors to read individual words, images, and thoughts in a person's brain. So, the Western science is coming near to the Eastern religion. The process of conveying or sending the message without speaking a word was carried out by Indian ancient scientists. They were called rishis by their brain power, that is, brain to brain data transfer. In the earlier middle period of development of science, this process was declared as non-scientific and called fantasy. And now we are trying to unfold the truth about the process of telepathy using new technological developments. Now we know that the brain has electrical activities, means it has electrons. And when electrons are accelerated, it gives off electromagnetic radiations. The same holds true for electrons oscillating inside the brain, which broadcast radio waves. But these signals are too faint to be detected by others, and even if we could perceive these radio waves, it would be difficult to make sense of them. Evolution has not given us the ability to decipher this collection of random signals up till now. But certainly, the technology, computers, sensors can sense these signals. The researchers have made an important first step towards engineering, that is, direct brain-to-brain communication between the humans is possible and is observed as well. Smithsonian Magazine has published an article of Cornelizo on October 2014 to inform that scientists have proven that telepathic communication is possible and within the reach of scientific explanations now. They speak about the emitter, mind and the brain, then computers, then computer robots, and the receiver. Means the Eastern religion has to accept the importance of Western scientific developments. And while investigating in sciences, one has to take the help of old religious literature as well. This approach will make science and religion both nearer or closer to each other and can be utilized for the betterment of mankind and would definitely work effectively and efficiently. The new generation should be motivated to understand the probable correlation between science and religion and should also learn balancing the two in the life. That is, finding the explanation of region of science where it is stuck using religion and finding the explanation of religious literature in terms of present day science. This is how the proper understanding between them can help to endeavor the new facts of nature with explanations understandable to all to reach to the ultimate aim of the life. And moreover, we need to generate this ability with growth mindset. To elaborate the growth mindset, let me tell you, there is a fixed ability that needs to be proven and a changeable ability that can be developed through learning. Spiritual and scientific, both persons should not be of fixed mindset but of a growth mindset to adopt new learning as a priority. As a concluding remark, we may say that this way the science, philosophy and religion are to be correlated. This is what I mean by the title of the discourse, Mutual Understanding and Respect Between Science and Religion is a must. Thank you very much, and as usual I finish this discourse through a shloka. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. That means it appears you can take as much as you want from the nature and still you will be left with as much. Thank you very much.